Hey, this is Larry Osborne here, and we've been talking about the 7 pitfalls of growth. And one of those major pitfalls is assuming that our vision is understood and that our values are adhered to. It's not as common as we would like to think. You see, every leader has in the back of their mind this desire to move the organization on, to encourage the team, but the last thing we ever want to do is bore them. So we have a tendency to say key values, to talk about the mission and all that, only to the point that we think people are getting a little bit bored. But the truth of the matter is they don't really know it until they're able to say it when you're not in the room. I always tell leaders, if there was a roast and they were to mimic the things you do and the things you say, what would those things be? And they ought to be the core mission and ideas that you want to get across to everybody. You have said them so often that they just see you and they think of them, or they think of them without seeing you. I know at North Coast Church, when it comes to our preaching, sometimes people come up and they'll have the note sheet and they will have filled out the fill in the blanks ahead of time, and they hand it to me with a sense of, I got you. Well, the truth of the matter is, no, I got you because now you know it without me needing to be present. So how can you check whether or not the mission is understood and the values are still being adhered to? You got to walk around and check for yourself, because familiarity is not understanding. And if you're not going and looking for yourself, and as you grow, you're getting more and more reports that are secondhand, I can guarantee you're getting more and more out of touch. Just take some common words. Grab a group of people and do this. Write the word often. Write the word seldom. Write the word always. Write the word never. And grab a group of people and tell them to put the percent by each of those words when it's used in a sentence. Always something happens. What does that mean? And here's what you'll find out. Some people think that means 100%, and some people will think it means 60%. Never. Some will say 0%. Some will say, I don't know, 20, 30% means, oh, it never happens. Well, if you don't know what they mean by those words, you're going to make some drastically terrible decisions. For instance, your junior high pastor might come up to you and say, hey, don't worry about it. We never lose any kids on this event. Well, does that mean 0, or does that mean, oh, only 20%? You see, always, never, usually, seldom. Those are loaded words until you know what they mean. You've got to go and check for yourself. If you're only getting reports, I guarantee you the mission isn't as clear and the values aren't as closely held as you probably think they are.